Here we are at IWA 2019 and you're used to seeing the Evo on the ASG stand. This time round we've got a couple of extras alongside the Evo in the form of the new TEK or Tactical Extension Kit. The Tactical Extension Kit is an addition and an enhancement to the Evo SMG. So it includes an M-LOK compatible front end. It's a shorter SMG level front end. It's with a familiar drop nose fore end on it, but we've also integrated a couple of thumb stops and finger stops, so you can really get a great tactical grip on the front of the gun. To enhance that, we've also designed a series of angled foregrips. Now, angled foregrips are very popular on the gun because it really works well with the ergonomics, but the TEK angled foregrip actually slots in and fits almost seamlessly with the front end, which makes for a really nice package. On top of that, we also have the TEK magwell, and that comes in two variants. There's the standard, the mid-cap variant, and also the high-cap variant. So they help to blend the magazine into the gun and also act as a reference point or grip point for the shooter. So if you're in a really tight CQB situation, you can choke down on the magazine itself without worrying about affecting the feed-in and manoeuvre tightly. Also has the benefit of working as a flared magwell, so in competition gun situations you can get that reload in really quickly. Nice textured reference points just to keep the gun feeling really tactile and to give you places to hit back to and get your hands in the right place. So that's the TEK kit. It will be available as a whole gun eventually, but also each component piece will be available for users that wish to choose just individual parts of that system. So yeah, that will bring the Evo up into 2019 again, so it's again even more current, and that will be available in around the middle of the year. So here we have a really familiar sight on the ASG booth here at IWA 2019, the BB range, comprising of the Devils, Blaster Devils, which we're all familiar with, regular blasters, open blasters, our Eco BB, a new Q blaster and the Blaster Tracers. What you will notice is something's changed, and that's a newly redesigned bottle. It holds 3,300 BBs, so you get more bang for your buck now. And also the bottles are still recycled, they're still ecologically sound, so if you're worried about polluting the environment, don't worry about that with ASG BBs, including the open blaster, which is our Eco BB as well. All of these BBs and our new Alpha Blaster, which is a forthcoming BB, will be around summertime, we hope, are available on the Airsoft.nu BB Finder. We posted a link to it on Team ASG Facebook page a few days ago, but it's an amazing tool that helps you find any BB you like in stock, no matter where you are in the world. So if you're after open blasters in 2.8s or 3.2s, something like that, you can find exactly where they are in stock to buy in store or to buy online. It's a great tool, so make sure you go and check it out. Here we have this year the final production version of the Hera Arms CQR. Last year you will have seen it in prototype phase, but we've been working hard all year to make sure that it's ready to go, and pre-orders are already open through certain retailers at the moment, but in the next month or so you'll see these hitting the field. The Hera Arms CQR is produced in conjunction with ICS and uses a ICS CXP gearbox with SSS MOSFET and trigger control system, and that's teamed up with an IRS rail, the CQR foregrip and the CQR stock. Now these are produced to a really high quality. They are polymer, but they actually include real steel quality sling point attachments, the sling point bar and the aluminium stock spacer at the back. You remove this to get into the battery section where you can fit a really nice big stick battery. SSS system allows you to select 3-round burst, full auto, very easily. It's just a matter of pulling the trigger. You also get an inbuilt pre-cocking system. That means when you pull the trigger, the gun starts to learn where it can pre-cock to. So no matter what battery you're using, you get an almost immediate trigger response. It's certainly a gun that looks a little bit different. People tend to either love it or hate it, but we find most guns that are really popular, polarized opinion. It's actually incredibly comfortable to use. I've had a go on it, used it in the field a few times, and it is really maneuverable. The CQR front grip really allows you to get a hold on the gun however you want to. We are doing two versions. There's the dual tone FDE in black, and then there's the flat black. But on top of that, for some regions, there's also a standard MOSFET version. So you can either choose to go SSS or standard MOSFET. Personally, I'm a real fan of the SSS system, but if you want to keep it simple, the standard MOSFET's there. Like I said, these will be available pretty soon, so do look out for them in your favourite retailer. Another new arrival on the ASG stand for 2019 is the M6A1 and A2. They are custom built out of the box HPA rifles. They use M4 AR style mid-cap magazines or high caps if you wish. They're tuned, ready to go. Just hook up your choice of HPA tank and bottle, whether you want to use a large capacity one or a smaller capacity one. Basically very, very simple setup there. You just hook it up and you're good to go. They're very unique looking bits of kit. You know, you can choose which one you like, which one you want to go for. But yeah, personally, I'm really liking the look of this. So looking forward to seeing those out on the field. We've got the Shadow 2 finally on the market. This will be available very, very soon, and it's a beautiful piece of kit. Very, very popular competition shooter's pistol as it is, and this is our 6mm airsoft version of it. I'm really, really gobsmacked by how great this has turned out. It's a beautiful pistol, really, really nice to hold. I mean, it's very difficult for me to just say how well this sort of feels in the hand and how satisfying it is to get a grip on. It kind of wins you over just as soon as you touch it. It's a full metal build, very, very weighty and heavy, very realistic in that sense. Actually takes the Shadow 1 magazine, the SPO1 magazine. This one has a special base plate that comes with the Shadow 2, but you can use your old magazines with it. Aluminium race style grips. I know the blue's a little bit kind of divisive with the tactical scene, but that is actually what the real steel gun comes with. We hope to follow this later with a slightly more tactical coloured version and maybe some black grips, but we'll have to wait and see how that pans out. CO2 powered, but we'll also take the green gas magazines, 1 joule rated, so that'll be good to go on any CQB field. You know, it's one of those guns that you've really got to go and pick up and feel to really get the impression of the quality of this thing. It's an absolute monster, really. So as soon as you can, get yourself down to a retailer to pick up the Shadow 2. I'm sure you'll be leaving them. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to take my hands off this for the rest of the show. Going to have to drop it for a second because I've got something else to show you. So if we move over here, we've got a dead new modernised pistol, but we've also got something a little bit different for the old school fans. Anybody been playing like Red Dead Redemption has probably got a real thing for revolvers at the moment. Dan Wesson revolvers that we've had in the range have been really popular for years, and we thought we'd give it a little bit of company in that section of the market. So we've got the new Schofield revolvers finally in 6mm. So break action, pops up the shells, really, really nice. Individual shells load with 1 BB. CO2 cartridge goes in the nice grip. We've gone for an aged sort of antique look on this one, so it really looks the part, doesn't look too garish. If you're just a collector, you can pick one of these up and it looks and feels great. It's actually really tactile to hold and play around with. But if you're a skirmisher or you want to get loaded out in a kind of old school Western style, it's good to go and it looks the part straight away. Look out for these in stores very soon as well. So another new pistol that we've got debuting is the SPO1's custom limited edition. The SPO1's been a really, really popular pistol for us, and kind of to celebrate that, we've got this limited edition model. It's very, very similar to the SPO1, but it's sort of halfway to the ACU, but in a more tactical style. So we've got the ACU race grips with the optional grip panels on there. We've also got the regular slide, but we've got a slightly different finish on it this time, so it looks even more realistic. That's teamed up with a threaded barrel already fitted, so you can go for a suppressor, something like that. So this is an SPO1 that's halfway to an ACU, so it's a little bit less competition spec, a little bit more tactical. So if you want to take something really special out onto the field with you and not worry about things getting snagged and broken, and you want that tactical style but you still want the race feel and aesthetic, the SPO1 Custom Limited Edition is going to be a great option. That should be available around middle of the year, so keep an eye out for those landing. They're not going to be around forever. Here's our very familiar Storm 360 grenade selection. As you can see, we've got the 5 colours there. It's been a really, really popular gas-powered grenade for all of Europe so far, just because it's simple, easy to use, and inexpensive to maintain. You just fill it with ultra-air gas and blaster BBs, and every time you throw it into a room, it spins around and spreads around that whole room, clearing it out. We've added a new colour, a phosphorescent glow-in-the-dark colour. You can see that at the top. That gets charged with light, much like optical glow-in-the-dark sights, things like that. when you chuck that into a dark room, that will give off a glow, so you'll be able to find it even easier if you're playing in the dark. So same great features as Storm 360, but in this new glow-in-the-dark colourway, which we think is really exciting. We'd really like to see what you think of this, so do let us know in comments, sections like that, just to let us know what you think. Below that though, we've got the new prototypes of the Storm Apocalypse, which is a forthcoming product that we should have on the market before too long. It's an even simpler version, it's an evolution of the Storm 360, might be a little bit more expensive, however it should have even more features and even more power than the Storm 360, so keep an eye on that. We're working on that behind the scenes to see if we can bring that to the market as soon as possible.